Hello everyone. Thank you so much for having me tonight, and I hope you're having a great night. And I am more than thrilled to be part of your experience. I am Karen, and I am a first-year student in Stanford University. And my interested areas are neuroscience and electric engineering. And I did SIP in 2021 while it was online. And but my experience with SIP started a little bit earlier than that when I was in my first year of high school, and I went to a high school which was 5 years because I'm international. And in the first year of high school, I applied SIP because I was considering an international education and an education that was focused on research and asking questions and learning ways to answer questions, and more importantly, learning ways to ask the questions. And I applied SIP and I got rejected. My teachers and counselors and friends were not surprised because at that time we considered SIP as a very, very selective program. A lot of people have applied before, but no one got in, and I was just applying to learn how to write essays and just to ask myself what I like most through the SIP's application while writing the essays or like reading the research proposals in SIP's website. So I got rejected and I applied again the second year, and I got in this time. and it was online. We had COVID, and I am one of the kids who is very happy that COVID made education online because I got access to more education. And while SIP was online, I had the opportunity to do the SIP with a scholarship and having a computer in my own, and just staying late at night because of the time difference from Turkey. And I was assigned to a physics project, a project that had prerequisites of linear algebra and some Python knowledge. And I was interested in neuroscience or biology or chemistry, and I had no idea of physics, and it might not be sounding very stressful for you, but it was a lot of stress for me because I kind of forced myself, like convinced myself to perform very well throughout the program, because I was the first one, like one of the first people who was in the program, and I had to make the full use of this opportunity, and I was placed in a project that I believe that was not a good fit for me. And I emailed Sierra. If you're a nurse, Sierra, I love you. I know it should have been more formal, but thank you so much for changing my life in a lot of ways. And I emailed Sierra, and I talked about how bad I am for this project match, and she mentioned that it's impossible for this time to make such a change, and maybe I should talk to my mentor about the skills that I have, and we could figure out the summer together, and I can just self-study, or maybe I can join the workshops that Raja was holding. And it sounded like a good challenge. I could try doing that, and I was kind of had to do that, so I pursued it. I did SIP, and I worked on memristors, which are memory resistors that remember the currency that goes through them. I worked with two other interns who were based in California, and I learned some of the stuff that became tool for my further research. And once I finished my project, I was amazed by how good the asking questions can be, and how much learning those skills can change your reflection to other things that are surrounding you. And I shoot an email to Raja, another hard moment right now. Raja is very, very influential in my high school experience, and he said that he could hold an introduction to research workshop in my high school, and that Introduction to Research workshop was part of the journal, the research journal that I found right after SIP. The amazement that I had, and the joy of learning things about the world itself made me find a science journal in my high school, which is right now the largest science journal in East Turkey. And Raja agreed to make an introduction to science research workshop to the kids in my high school who never did SIP but very interested in research. And we did the workshop. A lot of kids attended, and right after the workshop, the journal became much larger because more students became interested in research, and more students found a ways to create, like how important it could be to create resources when there is not much available around. So after the introduction to research workshop, Raja invited us to join one of the sessions that he has with his astrophysics lab, and we, as a school, I'm talking about like 40 kids in a Zoom call, most of them having their cameras closed, but their mouths probably open because of bewilderment and joy of how this is possible. So we had that setting, and we were part of Raja's one of the Zoom calls that he discussed the outputs of his of the telescope that he was working on at the time, and we did not understand very much because it was a lot of coding and visual outputs, but we were so in awe of how a scientist based in California can teach us the things that he's doing and make us part of his research. And I can talk for myself right now, was convinced that anything in the life is possible. And I still feel it in all of the cells in my body. That's very beautiful time. And after that, a lot of folks in my high school decided to apply SIP, and some of them got in, and they were interns in SIP 2023. So if you're a 2023 intern, and if you saw some Kurdish, Turkish folks around you who were very brilliant, who were always together, and who asked the relatively better questions, they were my friends. And the SIP experience has taught me that the things that we found not very interesting could be very interesting, and it's all about the way that we see those things. And also the limitations of possibility is very much based on how we view it. And right now I am a first year in Stanford University, and people here build very good things, and as you get close to them, you're amazed by how great the things they think about. And one of the common questions that people here ask to each other is that, what do you think that got you here? And I can say that the skills that I learned in SLE is one of the, SIP is one of the very big reasons why. Because I learned to redefine what is possible for us. I learned to change my community and people around me through research and asking questions, and I did something just to learn how it could be, how amazing it could be to pursue it. And this is what is core to my understanding of neuroscience and education right now. I had some admissions from a lot of institutions, including Harvard, Stanford, Duke, Johns Hopkins, Toronto, Berkeley, yes, Northwestern. I decided to come to Stanford because I found it so much out of my comfort zone, and I really liked how interdisciplinary things here could be. I'm more inclined towards electric side of neuroscience and how we can build devices for the brain and how we can mimic the brain to build better devices for humanity. And if you would ask like second year high school kid that those physics projects can probably be what you're going to pursue in your real life, she would say no. It's not possible. But it is. Like many other things that SIP made possible, it is. So thank you so much for listening to me. I will leave the stage to some of the other folks who will reflect on their experiences. I hope you'll have a very great night. Thank you so much.